The SmackDown before WrestleMania review, let's get into it. So the show starts off with Kevin Owens doing his KO show, but his guest is Randy Orton. And they just have a little bit of a back and forth with Kevin Owens saying, you know what, we're united by one thing, and that is our hatred for Logan Paul. And then cue Logan Paul on the mini Titantron, because they had a very small minimalistic set to allow people in the arena. But anyway, Logan Paul is at the WrestleMania stadium, and he's cutting a promo from there. And he's basically just, typical Logan Paul promo at them. But KO and Randy Orton realize, listen, he's just opposite the street, opposite the road. Let's go meet him there. Let's go and show him what's up. So they rush over to, assume, over the road to the other stadium. And out come Grayson Waller and Theory from under the ring. I assume they were meant to attack both Randy and Kevin Owens. And then they chase them on, and that's the opening segment. Exciting stuff, cool stuff. Interesting to see where this goes on throughout the night, So after the break, we now see that Randy and KO are at the stadium, and they hop on a golf cart with Theory and Grayson Waller chasing them. Some good old fun stuff. I'm really excited. I was really excited to see where this goes from here on outwards. But then we move on to the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, where I think Ricochet and Bronson Reed and Omos got the entrances. Everybody else was just standard people. I thought Chad Gable was supposed to be in this Battle Royal, but I guess not. I don't know if that's a late change, but he wasn't involved in any way. So, yeah, pretty standard stuff. Battle Royal, Omos eliminates himself, but they didn't even get that on live TV. That was pretty poor. We got a nice little meet segment between Ivar, Bronson Reed, and Otis. That was pretty cool. We got our Meat Mania that Big E was asking for. Ricochet also looked good in this match. He's been looking good recently, but JD eliminated him, so continuing that feud with Judgment Day. And then we ended up, Tozawa was thrown out by Ivar, and I assume Otis was meant to catch him, but Ivar just tossed this man, and Tozawa looked like he landed on his head, but I see on social media he's basically said he's all okay. Well, he posted a picture of himself with a thumbs up, so I assume he's okay, but that looked nasty. So hopefully he's all good. But yeah, then we were left with Bronson and Ivar, and then Bronson ended up getting the win, which I'm happy. Bronson Reed is continuing to look like a beast. Triple H is continuing to push him, even though he's not featured at WrestleMania, he's still getting the push. So after this, we now see Logan Paul is at the SmackDown arena, so he obviously came this way when the other guys went that way, which is pretty clever, I guess. But then Logan Paul tried to cut a promo with just absolute cheap heat the whole way, and the Philly crowd was not having it. They were not having the cheap heat. It was just not working for them. They needed something more. So what chants flying left, right, and center, nothing working for Logan Paul, nothing really grabbing their attention. I don't know, this crowd was up and down all night, so maybe it was just a matter of them being down at this moment and not really caring too much. Maybe it's not a Logan issue and rather a crowd issue. But then we see Theory and Waller looking for Randy and KO. Turns out he's not there, they're not there anymore, and they are now around the ring surrounding Logan, where Logan then eats a stunner and an RKO in typical Randy and Kevin Owens fashion. We then cut to Carlito finding Dragon Lee on the floor holding his arm and calling for help. This is clearly Carlito taking out Dragon Lee. It's obvious, and yeah. Anyway, Ray comes down, they blame Santos and Co. Okay, now Zelena has a match, so Ray and Zelena leave, and it's Zelena versus Elektra Lopez with Andrade and Santos by her side. This match was not great, it was not it. There was I'm not going to use the word botch, but there was a knee spot that didn't look too good. They just looked like they weren't flowing well, but hey, it wasn't too long, so it wasn't too bad. But Zelena actually lands Andrade's old DDT finisher where he hooks the foot and then lands a DDT and went for the pin, but Dom distracted the ref in typical Dom fashion. Ray dealt with that. Elektra Lopez ended up getting the win though over Zelena Vega. After this, we saw Dom and Santos attack Rey Mysterio, and then Andrade actually helped Ray instead of the people he was with at ringside. So that was pretty interesting. I like that. I'm assuming I'm assuming at this point, we'll know further on, that it's going to be Andrade and Ray versus Santos and Dom, which is an interesting turn of events. That's the match I originally wanted, but it didn't seem like we were getting it, so I'm happy. Then we get Team Gyat Team Gyat, if you know, you know. But anyway, we get Bianca Belair, we get Rhea Ripley. She is. I'm just thinking of Gyat. Anyway, we got Bianca Belair, we got Naomi, and we got Jade Cargill basically walking out to the ring. But Naomi and Bianca Belair make their entrance out. They cut a very awkward promo. They had nothing really to say, if that makes sense. Anyway, they announced Jade Cargill. Jade makes her spectacular entrance. Also comes and makes a promo. Again, nothing really to say except I'm going to show myself on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. You know, it was one of those types of promos. Then they all three pointed at the sign. They look like the Avengers, but we know they team Gyat. It's a joke, guys. It's from a TikTok that it's from a clip. Go check it out on our channel. You'll understand. We find out that Dragon Lee is in fact not actually cleared to wrestle, so Andrade offers to take his place. And just after that happens, Carlito comes to tell the news to Ray, and he finds out that Andrade has already taken the place that he presumably wanted by taking out Dragon Lee. So that's really interesting. I think Carlito is definitely going to cost him in some way. I don't even trust Andrade with Ray, to be honest. So Ray's just going to get blindsided left, right, and center here. Then we got the New Catch Republic versus Theory and Waller. And this match, if it had more time, this match would have cooked, because towards the end they really started cooking. But it was decent work. New Catch Republic ended up getting the win with the Birmingham Hammer. Weird name. I know it's a play on words from the Burning Hammer. But yeah, really good match. I enjoyed it. Then we get the Judgment Day that come in straight after the match and just attack everybody. And I'm talking JD, Finn, Damien, Dom, even Rhea was out there just attacking both teams and leaving them laying on the floor. Then we get a promo from LA Knight, which was absolutely not needed. He comes out for about 2 minutes, says his thing, chokes on his chewing gum. Like, the man just choked on his chewing gum in the middle of a promo. Like, interesting stuff, but we move. It was pretty basic, you know, the standard LA Knight promo. Yeah, so nothing to write home about. And then lastly, we had Solo Sikoa versus Jey Uso. Yeet. So Jey Uso and Solo Sikoa went one-on-one in the main event. Typical Jey Uso match, all the flamboyant punches, slaps, spit in the hand, and then punch Solo doing his dominant stuff. But then in comes Jimmy Uso and attacks Jey Uso, and now it's 2-on-1 with obviously the disqualification win going to Jey. But it's 2-on-1. Solo's about to do the spike. You can see he's holding it, so you just know you're gonna hear Cody's theme, and out comes Cody and Seth Rollins, and they even the odds and just get rid of them. But not only did they get rid of them, they absolutely destroy them. Cody takes off the waist or the weight belt and starts whipping them the exact way Roman whipped him on Raw, and then Jimmy just gets destroyed. He gets whipped, he gets stomped, he gets Uso splashed, he gets crossroads, or I think Soto got crossroads. Either way, they got destroyed. Simple as that. But good stuff in the end. Cody then cut a promo right at the end, basically saying he will finish the story, but that's not where the story ends, because once he finishes that story, the new chapter begins, which I like. I like him bringing that up, because people are always like, what's Cody going to do afterwards? I like the fact that he brought it up. As long as he wins. With that being said, guys, this is going to be an awesome week for us. This is going to be an awesome week for wrestling in general. SmackDown was decent. There was no real big stars as in the Romans. Okay, Cody and Seth were there, but, you know, not in a featured segment. But it was cool. It was cool. We know that. We know what's to come this weekend. We don't need too much, you know. A little bit of a teaser was all good. Not a bad SmackDown. The Logan, Randy, and KO stuff was exciting. Maybe they should have dragged that over the whole show. But good stuff nonetheless. With that being said, guys, we'll see you guys for Stand and Deliver tomorrow.